Hi, I'm Dr. Martine Sacks, and I'm a developmental pediatrician here at the Providence Neurodevelopmental Center for Children. One of the areas that I specialize in is feeding problems in young children. There's different kinds of feeding problems that children can have. Sometimes it's that children can't feed. They literally can't swallow or suck or chew. And sometimes children have trouble gaining weight or growing or taking in enough calories to gain weight and grow. The biggest group that I see are the children who can't seem to take in enough calories even when they have good oral skills. They can chew, but they don't eat enough food. So one of the things that we do is try to alter their diet to help them do better with weight gain and growth. You need to have good calories in to grow and to develop. You need to have calories in to have energy to do things. So it's really a very important part of childhood. It's also a very important part of parenting. It should be the easiest thing we do for our children to feed them. It should be enjoyable. We should put food down and they should like it. So it's very frustrating for families and children when feeding doesn't go well. Sometimes that frustration actually can make things worse. And so we try to give you simple guidelines to help make feeding time be easier and better for you and for your children. One thing to do is to kind of take away the stress, if at all possible, which is very hard when your child isn't eating well, and try to make meal times fun. Another is to try to avoid urging your child to feed or cajoling your child, take one bite, please, but just make it be kind of a matter-of-fact mealtime setting. Another thing to do that's a little harder for most families is to offer your child foods that are really high in calories. And that kind of goes against what our culture talks about. We're a very low-fat culture, fresh food culture, and that's all wonderful for adults or kids who are gaining weight and growing well. But for kids who need more calories, they actually need more fat. Fat is what helps your brain develop. So any young child who's not gaining weight well is usually deficient in fat. Fat is a wonderful thing because it gives you kind of the best bang for your buck. You get the most calories in the smallest amount. So a tablespoon of heavy cream, for example, is 50 calories. That's the same calories as a half a cup of milk. It's a lot easier to get a kid to have a tablespoon's worth of something than 4 ounces of something. So it doesn't feel quite right often to families, but it's what we need to do. The faster we make up kids' calories, the faster we can get back to normal eating, which is great for both kids and parents. And I like to think about calorie debt kind of like credit card debt. I think we all know credit card debt. You buy a $200 stereo, and if you can't pay it off that month, by the time you do pay it off with finance charges and interest, you've spent $300 or $350 to pay off that $200 stereo. That doesn't feel good. It's the same way with kids and calories. The faster we pay it off, the faster we get more calories into your child, the faster we'll get them back to where they need to be. And it's actually less painful. It's really hard, but high fat is good things for kids. And I just want to show you one quick and easy comparison about calories for children. We all think about Cheerios as a great food for kids, and they are wonderful. They're whole grain and they're easy to eat. Here's a box of Cheerios. This is 60 calories worth of Cheerios. That's a lot of Cheerios. It's about a cup's worth of Cheerios. It takes a long time for a kid to eat that cup of Cheerios. Another common food of childhood, goldfish crackers. All kids, well, many kids like goldfish crackers. This amount of goldfish crackers is 70 calories. So this pile of goldfish crackers will give your child more calories than this huge pile of Cheerios. What's easier to get into your child's tummy? Usually the smaller amount, and that's fat. So these goldfish crackers are actually healthier for your child who's not gaining weight well than this pile of Cheerios. The same way that 2 tablespoons of ranch dressing are better for your child than a bowl of homemade soup. Now your homemade soup is made with love, that's really good. It's made with fresh vegetables, that's really good. But the calories in ranch dressing will actually do better for your child than your homemade soup. Once we catch your child up and he or she is gaining weight well and back on the growth chart, that's the time to go for the homemade soup. And you can put your homemade soup next to the ranch dressing, but really to help your child, the ranch dressing is what's more important. We also like to have foods be kind of palatable to kids. Kids like things that are high in flavor, bright in color, small in size, and fun in shape. So all of those marketing strategies are great. Feeding problems are really emotional for parents and for children, and here we love to help work with families to help their children learn to gain weight and grow better.